Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory, yes. We're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough, yes. Alright, so, if you weren't here last time, we built this train station. We also did a little bit of, ticket gathering and stuff like that at the beginning of the episode, of course, but yeah, we had built this, this train station and this rail line. You can see the trains coming up here. Connected all the way down this way. It's not all the way down, it's just a little bit. There's some bridges, there's some slopes, and stuff like that, so yeah, looks good. Goes down this hill and then turns this corner and it's back on the main rail line. So this is going to be the rail line for both limestone and iron mine, because there's a decent amount of iron up here, as well as limestone, so we're going to go ahead and grab both, but we're just going to grab the limestone for now. See, the train's like, where's my limestone? And I'm like, I don't have it yet. And it's just like, what the hell are you doing, you lazy bum? And I'm like, I don't know. Something like that. Let's go ahead and paint these, I suppose. But yeah, today's plan is to get the limestone up and going, so we can finally start filling our limestone silos over there that we got built. Hey, you can see my tower from here. Look at that massive tower, man. Tower's massive, dude. It's taller than these, and it's on a lower platform. It's on a lower area. Isn't that nuts? It's freaking crazy, man. Sorry about that interruption. Freaking phone. So let's see. Yeah, so we want to fill them silos. So we're going to be using the limestone in this area. Like I said, there's quite a bit of iron. There's like a bunch of pier nodes that I want to take advantage of. Look, they're all 4 pier. That's why it's just like, yeah, let's put a train station there. That'd be a very good thing. But we're gonna grab these 4 limestone nodes here. We got 2 normals and 2 piers, which is pretty good. Let's see. We're gonna have to get a belt system. We're gonna put it on this box, I think, or this foundation. Yeah, we're going to get a belt system in place. We're gonna bring all of those this way. We might need to put it at this level. Yeah, and everything else I just keep on me because. Okay, so production, we're gonna throw down a Mark II miner. No. Don't know why I said it like that, but sure. Sometimes my brain just like, hey, say it this way, it's fun. And I'm just like, why? And it's just like, because, reasons, and such. Just like, oh, okay. That's the conversation I have with my brain every day. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Because it's funny. Yeah. That makes sense. I guess it makes sense. I guess this foundation? So we're gonna have to put it this. Now, I don't want it to be on the actual. Actually, how close is it to actually being on that level? Oh, it's fairly close. Okay. Just as long as it doesn't. Does it still put the legs though? That's the question. It does. Okay. And it's still like buried within. Okay. I guess the next foundation over would be the closest. Get rid of all that. Ooh, that made me dizzy. Let's not do that again. Okay, so then we need to get the belts on that level. So I need to find the level at which these are at. Actually, why don't I just do it this way? There we go. So we have a lower floor and an upper floor for the moment. This is only going to be temporary. It's just to tell me where my levels are at. Alright, so this is a pier node, right? How much does the pier node give you? 600 per minute? I can't handle... Well, I can do 600. But I can't handle 600 with my current belts. They're only 480. Okay, so the pier nodes are going to need a belt each. Actually, everything's going to need a belt each. Okay, so plan on 4 belts then? Alright. That's what I needed to know, essentially, to complete this. Oops. Okay, so we're going to be putting the belts at this level. Alright, so hold on. These two are going to be the... So this one's going to be center, this one's going to be center, center, and this one will be far left, far right. Okay. So where is that other limestone node? It's got to be over here somewhere. Is it lower down, or is it... Where the heck is it? Am I on top of it? No, it's further down there. Oh my gosh. It's all the way down here. I think it's up... Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. Look, I don't usually start over here. I've never started over here. I've only been over here with a few friends when they've started over here in this area. This was their starting area. Anyway, there's 4 starting areas on the map. There's the grass fields, which is the noob level, essentially. That's what I'll call it, the beginner's level. And then there's the northern forest, which is like intermediate, I would say. That's like you get a little bit more verticality, things are not as flat. But the reason it's intermediate and not higher is not because of the building difficulty, it's because it has mostly pure nodes around you. So you can get your factory started a lot faster. So that's one's intermediate, and then you've got, I'd say the rocky desert is probably, let's see, I'm just trying to think. The rocky desert is this is the rocky desert, this starting area. I would say this one's probably, let's see, what's after intermediate? Like hard difficulty? I guess this one's like harder difficulty because everything's so far spread out and there's not very many pure nodes unless you go really far away. So you have to be more spread out. There's a lot more material usage and stuff like that. And then I'd say the Dune Desert is probably expert level as well. Like the Rocky Desert and the Dune Desert, these two starting areas are kind of... I'm getting off on a tangent, but yeah, these two starting areas are kind of the same because everything's very, very far spread out. Of course, the Rocky or the Dune Desert, you actually do start near some iron. But the only problem with this area out here is there's nothing. Like, yeah, you have water, very little, and you're far away from anything as far as oil goes. Like, your closest oil node is here, and you start right around here. You can fit maybe a couple water extractors in here and a couple here, but that's about it. Your closest limestone node is over here, and here. Like, the Dune Desert is definitely one of the hardest starting areas, and just like the Rocky Desert. I was hoping for a new starting area with 1.0. I was hoping that we'd get like a starting area, let's say like up in the bamboo forest or something, or maybe a starting area in here. Let's see. Yeah, starting area in the actual islands. The Spire Coast, that's what it's called. Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there, but yeah, they're pretty good. but it's gonna come up from here. Okay, then the other belt's gonna go across. Yeah, alright. So is that close enough? This one might have to be on the edge. Yeah. Has to be on the edge. Actually, we don't have to use... Well... Yeah, let's not use that. Let's use this instead. Of course, I didn't put it at the right level. You know me. Like, I'd like to be able to rotate, like, use the mouse scroll wheel like you can the pipes. Okay, so we can get rid of this, this, and this. Oops. That should be the right level. I assume it is. We'll put that there. And it's still not right, is it? No. The pole needs to be... here, maybe? Let's try the pole there. You can see how the belt's all weird. Yeah, it's like I might be able to make this work. Oh, it does work. Okay. Oh, interesting. Alright. Yeah, being able to lock stuff in. Oh, yeah. Being able to lock stuff in just changes everything. The only problem with the only problem left to really solve is the ability to move up and down with objects. Like when you got them locked in, if you can move them vertically as well as horizontally in all directions, like that, and get rid of that stupid nudge, that stupid nudge thing, the nudge limit. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. not the nudge itself, but the nudge limit. The freaking nudge limit pisses me off. Mainly because it's too small. It's too freaking small, man. It's like being able to only nudge like 8 times is insanely little. You should be able to nudge at least like 4 foundations. I mean, come on. Like the mod that I had a mod at one point on my game that was really good. Yeah, it was really good. And I do miss it greatly. Which, if we ever do another gameplay, we'll be able to do mods again. Okay, this is the point, I think, where we're gonna... So, have this... there. I'm still concerned, but... Ooh, if we have 1 pier and 1 normal. 1 pier, 1 normal. Oh, hey, that actually kind of worked out. Yeah, so 1 pier, 1 normal going to this. Alright. Have that, and that goes to... Yeah, this is the point where... I'll bring the belts to here. Where we decide the height, basically. Then we're going to immediately turn. Actually might put it here. that makes no sense. Aha! Found our solution. Okay. Oops. There we are. Alrighty. So yeah, that is all the belts then tied up to the train station itself. Cool. And then, yeah. Now we just need to worry about power. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this open. I mean, the amount of belts and stuff that are going to be running through here should give it the luck I want anyway. Yeah, and I need a power. Get power going for all these. Alright, took me a little bit, but finally got that done. Yes, so we're now bringing in limestone by the buttload. My train is starting to get full too, so that's good. Oh, right. Starting to look good. But yeah, looks like we're completely done here, so... yep, got all the belts. So these belts, I've actually put these small pillar frames around them, give them a little more structure so that they can look like they go a longer distance. Yeah, this one merges here with the line, which goes all the way out this way. I know this is a little bit excessive, but I want them to be able to load up that train. So, because I made it so that it could import the train, and that's just what we're gonna do. See if that one goes there, comes up to here. Same with that one. Now this one way over here, it goes even further distance. It's right there, and then goes around and joins up with this madness. Okay, looks pretty good. I think we got our load in, and I got these high. I had to actually get these high enough off the ground that you could drive a vehicle underneath, of course. You know, like a truck. Truck is the biggest thing. Yeah, see, it goes right underneath there. Perfect. Alrighty. I know I spent half the episode just doing one line, but, you know, just thought I'm going to leave this build out, because, man, I was sitting there for a while, you know, just build. A lot of it's pretty boring, I know, so tend to leave that stuff out. But yeah, we got our limestone coming up, and I decided to put a merger here, because I imagine once the train stations are full, it's not going to really matter all that much anyway. Just as long as we have some extra. Because this line is 450, but only 300s on it. So, yeah. I really wish we had smart mergers to where I can prioritize, prioritize input with this, and then this one can only fill if this one has space. I would really love that. You could probably do that with a splitter to do overflow, but again, the merger itself with whatever the overflow rate coming out is, it's going to go in there anyway, so it's going to end up slowing down this line. Not that it really matters, it's all on a miner, so that line's just going to stop and go forever and all of time. But hey, at least the train station's getting full, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're, other than maybe minus some decoration and stuff like that, we're pretty much done with this area. I'm not going to worry about the iron mine for now. We still have a lot of limestone to do. Okay, so what's our current rate? 450 times 2, that's 900. Okay, 900 plus 600. Alright, so if you don't know, it's 450 because that's what our belts are, even though we're pushing 600. So 450, and we take that 450 and we times it by 2 because there's 2 pure mines. So that gives us our 900, and then each normal is 300, and we take that times 2, that's 6, so 900 plus 600 is 1500. And we needed 1500. Okay, so we don't have to, we really don't have to, we don't have to bring in any more. Because we're bringing in 1500 and we're only, we needed 1500. So we're actually pretty good. So yeah, I might not worry about it for now, because it is only concrete. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we only needed 1500, and we're pulling in 1500, exactly. I might add some more limestone later, but that's okay. Here, we got a full train. Now this is going to take a little bit for it to finally build up all the way. But it should be good. Alright, bye limestone mine. We're going to go deliver some limestone. Got almost a full train of it. By the time we get it all hooked up, we should have a full... we should have full silos by that time. Well, there's a train ahead of us. Catching up with it, actually. Yeah, that's the oil train up there. Bye, oil train. But hey, we're finally delivering limestone. That means we can work on the factory now. Or our silo's full, actually. Our silos might be full, yeah. Our silos are already full. That's amazing. We can always check, I guess. Okay, let's get rid of the wall. Just so you can see how the silos work. Yeah, it looks like our silos are completely full. Yeah, looks like the blueprint worked beautifully. Alright. Look, I wanted it to not only look like a silo, but actually function as a silo too, so... Yep, the stuff goes in the top, and then you got your outports here, which we got 4 of them for maximum builtage. So we're going to have a logistics floor underneath this as well. So now these ones are doing wet concrete, which outputs 100 concrete per minute by the way we have it hooked up. 450. So let's say 450 divided by 150 is 3 machines. It's 1, 2, 3. That's 1 belt, 1, 2, 3. That's 2 belts, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 belts. We could split it into 2, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we need 5 belts for that. 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 1, 2, 3. That's 2, 1, 2, 3. That's 3. And then 4. So we can't split it into 2s, really, because of the how many I have. I hate that. I hate that we can't split it into 2s. We can't split it evenly. Alright, well, whatever. It's fine. At least all the belts... So the cool thing about the intermediate store, the inline storage here, I guess, is because as long as the storage is getting filled, everything coming out of the storage is going to be at max speed. Like our pipes, or whatever pipes I pull out of those 2 storage tanks over there are going to be at 600 each pipe, and whatever I pull out of here is going to be at my max belt speed, which is 450. So, yeah, I don't have to worry about, well, this one's pulling in 600 plus a 300, so I'm getting 900, 300. Or sorry, I'm pulling in 300 plus 300, so I'm getting 600 on this belt. I'm getting 300 on this belt. I'm getting 150 on this belt. And I have to kind of merge and split. With having the intermediate storage for both pipes or for both liquids and solids, I can just pull out at max speed. As long as I'm pushing in at least the amount I need, if not more, then I can always have max speed belts and pipes. It doesn't matter. Because it'll always get filled at the rate that it can fill at. So that's the cool thing about that. Yeah, I'm thinking I am thinking a logistics floor underneath there, though. Just a small one, nothing too fancy. So we can't do 4 belts, can we? Because we can only do 3 machines. Yeah, because each one of these machines requires 150 limestone. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, though, just a small logistics floor. And because I expanded this an extra one, I have this floor that's already here. Okay, we'll just finish that. I gotta keep it at this level. That's why. And what we'll do that. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this space yet. I think I might pull this. Well, I can't pull this back any, can I? Because I don't remember how far. Okay, yep. Nope. That's the reason that is that way. Alright. So, when projects expand past a certain length of time, you tend to forget. But the cool thing is the fence is working. The fence is keeping out the beans. Plus the fence does double as electricity, so really cool. Let's see. Without having to run power poles down the middle of the factory to try and do stuff. Okay, so I think, first things first, let's get some power, speaking of. And I'm going to show you this trick here. I've done this trick. I've showed it many, many times, but, just in case. We're always getting new people all the time, so... basically, we're just going to take a pole here. We're going to put it right at this corner. Oh, yeah, the bounding box. That was one of the new... the update that just dropped today. Was we can now see the full bounding box again. And I believe it's in options under gameplay. Let's see. Was it gameplay or was it user interface? It might be in. Expand organizer recipes by default. Ooh! Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, please, and thank you. Show only missing costs. No. Turn off creature alert. Use small icons. Force big. Show current game phase and HUD. Show current milestone. Hide static key shortcuts. Hide dynamic. Enable large inventory slots. Item abbreviation. No, it's not under UI, but I definitely am glad I went there. Unless it's already on. Let's see. Let's check all the tick marks. I thought it was under gameplay. Show clearance. When enabled, it shows a box representing the hologram clearance when building. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. I wish you could see it all the way around, though. I would really like to see it all the way around. But that is okay. Because before, it was like this before they changed it. Now that it's an option. Before, it was like this, yeah. Where you really couldn't see the bounding box when placing stuff. And now that you can. I actually like that. I actually like the bounding box. Show clearance. There's so many damn options in this game, it's crazy. Yeah, see, now we can see the bounding box, so we know exactly where we can't go past when placing things. Also, I think before you couldn't go this close, it was like here. Or was that was something else? Never mind. But anyway, now that we've done messing around with that. So we put this at this little corner here, and we raise this to the moon. And then we need to find the exact spot. Yeah, right there. Okay. So you need to find the exact spot, the height that you want your power connectors to be. Then we're going to pull it right to the machine where it touches it. I'm just going to drag it across, making sure to overlap so that there's no gaps. It doesn't always leave a gap, but sometimes it does when you put it on the end like that. So I drag it over one. As long as it's all going to be the same color. Now, if it's going to be different colors, then yeah, you definitely want to put it on the end. Otherwise, the colors will try to fight for being the texture on top, and it'll be all glitchy and weird. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this space, though. I want it to be like a I might have it like a fake building. Just have the outside have windows and things, but just be like a tower, as if it's like an office building type deal. It could be pretty cool. Oh yeah, and then power. Then we take our power pole Mark II, or our power wall connector Mark II, and we're going to drag it over to where it touches that. Connect it to the machine. And then you just do this. So you can hit the H key and drag it over and nudge it over like that. Or you can just drag it over, whichever works for you. But just make sure to remember to connect it to the machine itself. Like that. And you can drag it down like that. You just do that for each one of these. Okay, so I am thinking that we have a little bit of a control center. I put up some walls real quick. This is kind of, I kind of want the main control facility in the office building portion to be concrete walls, to be a little bit nicer rather than metal. And then the metal walls will go for the actual factory itself, except for the inner walls, of course. But yeah, I'm thinking we put this here. This is going to be the main power coming in. And then we have a control center right here that turns on the entire factory, or turns on this entire factory section as well. So I think that would be really cool. And of course, walls. We need some windowed walls. I want, the concrete ones right now. Thinking maybe we turn the entire thing like this into a... So yeah, just this portion. We turn this into a giant window. And then same with this, we turn this into a giant window. So like that. And then we have, we'll have a couple of doors here. Just like that. And then right here we have our control center. So this turns on everything. I mean, maybe not here. What if we were to put it like... Now, you gotta be able to have clear sight, right? Ooh, and we could do an elevated one too. That would be really cool. Hold on. Then we'll turn this into just a regular wall. And then what we do is we use the new stairs. These stairs are a bit big, in my opinion. Like, that's a little bit, yeah. You know what, that's a little too big. Okay. But then we go, let's see, architecture. Yeah, we use some stairs, which gives us a nice view. I might have to make those double wide there. Okay. And then up here, we have our power switch. So power. Yeah, have our power switch here. We just have a massive power switch. I might have to pull it in a bit. There we go. So we have our power coming in from the left side. Can you not be that way? Do this. Yep. We just get rid of that little middle. Okay, so then the main power comes from in here. Yeah, this is like the main. Could do it like that. It's just like there's no distractions. Actually, it's kind of cool. But yeah, it's like a main power switch. It's just like, yep, flip the switch, and then. Okay, we're gonna do. Yeah, concrete factory. So yeah, that will turn on the entire grid, and then from here we'll just run power. Yeah, I want this to be one main floor, and then above it we'll have... I'll have like the office buildings stuff. I'll just run power. And then right out here, stairs. So we'll have a doorway leading out, and then let's use this one here. Yeah, we'll do that. Take some walls to kind of clean this up, so it's not just a. Oops. That thing. I remember how you used to have to do these. It was a pain in the butt. It was a real pain. Walls. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Yep, you just go right on in. Very nice. I like that. Okay, so, and then there's another set of portion that I want to do with this too, is I want to... We're going to have the concrete coming out of here, but it's like going to go up a bit, because we're going to go into the main office area with all this concrete. I might swap this around because these staircases might be in the way. But basically, I want my belts in my pipes on this floor. Because this is going to be like an inspection floor, right? So 2 floors worth of inspection. How much water do we need? 125, 1,250, 600. So I'm going to need 3 pipes. Damn, man. I'm gonna need 3 freaking pipes. Can we split it a little bit better? So if we say, yeah, because if it's because it's times 10, right? So 1,250 water, and you divide that in half, and that's 605, isn't it? 1,250 divided by 2. I said divided by 2. 625. Oh, okay. So you can't split it into 2 pipes, so you're going to need 3. And then what is it? It's 1,250, right? Oh no, 1,250 divided by 2. Yeah, 620. Okay, I was correct. So then 125 times 4 is 500. So we'll split it into 3 pipes. So we'll have 4. That way we don't have to have freaking 4 pipes coming in. That'd be a little ridiculous. We just have the 3 coming in at various levels, I guess. Just trying to think what it's going to look like, the limestone coming through. It's going to look cool, though. I'm going to try my best to make it look good. So 4, 8, and then 12. Unless we want 4 pipes for no reason. Yeah, we'll split it up into 3 pipes, I think. We'll have 3 water pipes coming in. So yeah, the limestone is all going to be fed into here. Or should it all come out of the floor, actually? Yeah, you know what? It should all come out of the floor. Then we can decide where the belts are. Because if we have all 4 belts along this run, that would be really cool, actually. It'll take up a whole foundation. But... So if we go foundations, so then say, actually it's going to have to be 1/4, isn't it? And it's going to have to be like this. Oops. Yeah, and it's all going to come through here. This is all going to be buried in the floor, so it's not going to matter. So this wall. And then this wall? Yeah. Okay. So basically we're immediately going to elevate it again. To be level with this. We're going to have a wall, of course. That should be the exact level. Before I forget, I want to dress these up right now. Just to give them some structure. Okay, so it comes out of the silo and then immediately gets lifted and pushed into this area. Now it's going to be a little bit awkward for this first belt. If I remember correctly, we can't, yeah. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to push it this way. And then push it this way. But like I said, no one's gonna see this, so I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, we can always push... Oops. We can always push it one over. This, and then have just this whole floor made out of 1 meter. Of course, for these, it's not going to matter so much because these ones are going to be weird anyway. Okay. Alright, I know we're running low on time here, so I'm going to just remove a lot of the little builds and stuff. But anyway, we have our stuff. So all the belts converge here to this spot, and then we've got our examination point of all 4 belts. So basically, the way I split this up is I split it up into 3, into 2, 3, 3, 2, so that there's 3 machines that are connected, and then there's 2 machines, and then yeah, it goes underneath the floor here. As you can see here, we got all 4 lines, which then go to splitters. Splitters are all in the same spot, that's why it's kind of spread out. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. So then, yeah, all the machines now have limestone connected to them. The power, however, I still haven't figured out the power yet. However, I'm going to do this, though. Do that. Do that. That. Nope. So now there's this little wall here that... Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. I like it. I like it. I love that. Smack like a fly smacking against the glass there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Tink. Yeah, so I decided to put another door here too. Thinking that would work good. But that's limestone, now the water. So the way I want to do the water is I want the water to go above, and I think I am going to do 4 pipes, and we'll just run 4 pipes along the wall here. If they'll fit, that is. So then for that, what I want to do is do this. So put that there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Right, hold on. I'm going to do this first. So I'm going to put this here. Like that. And then we're going to put one of these down. And then we're going to connect that. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I think I'm going to have an upper section of this where the pipes are going to run across. And then you'll be able to turn off the valves. Ooh, so the sun is setting. I think that would be good. You'll be able to turn off the valves to each section. So I think we're going to do the same with 232. So 125... Yeah, I decided I am going to do that. So 125 times 375, and then times 250. I think it'll just match it better having 4 pipes. I think it'll just match it better. Then of course with this we'll have whoops, hold on. Let's go higher. Actually, it might bring it even higher than that. We'll see. See what happens here. So I gotta put a thing here. So it's gonna go like this. What if I put this? Wait, where's the center? Oops. That might be a little too close. Actually, I can just put it on the wall, can't I? I'm stupid. I can just put it on the wall. That's what I was afraid of. Okay. So I'll have to move it halfway up. This. If we want that to work. I'm just being, I'm being a little bit cautious because we got the roof right here that's gonna be doing that, so. These might be too close. Nope. That one is. Why did that one work? Might back this up a bit. There we go. So do it like that. Okay, the pipes will be fine then. Good. And of course, this one, I just continue on like that. And then for our wall, for our pipes, wall hole. I might have to move these. Oh no, okay. I thought I had to move them. They are slightly different as far as, actually, as far as elevation, right? Oh no, have they been fixed? Okay. Maybe they had. I thought I remembered that was a thing, but it's fine. Of course, we're also going to paint these all blue. Because these are just water pipes. We shouldn't need any pumps because of the liquid, but we'll see what happens. Because the liquid effects, they are simulated in this game. They're not 100% correct, but the game does do a pretty good job for the most part of having liquid. What do they call it? I don't remember. But basically, if you have tanks high in the air and then you bring pipes down from it and then go back up, as long as you don't overextend where the pipe is coming in at, like the height, then it's good. So yeah, that's basically how I'm gonna do that. And of course, I'll just use a T crossing no matter what, or maybe we'll just pipe it. It's fine. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the same 2, 3, and 2 all the way across here, and then we'll get the pipes to that outer wall, which is going to. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, just about done here. Been at this for hours trying to get this to work out correctly, but yeah, the pipes come out of the outside and they go underground. So the way I'm going to do this, or the way I have done this, I should say, is I've got the pipes. It's a little funky right here, but don't worry about it. Is I put these beams across, and I use the wall supports, basically so I could push the pipes into the sand here, because otherwise they'd be too tall and they would actually stick out above the foundation. So I use these beams to kind of push the pipes into the sand, kind of like they're half buried or so. and then the pipes, they kind of curl around this way. Those two pipes join this section, and these two pipes kind of curl around and go here. So now they're all connected, and then I just delete these beams. And yeah, you can't see the top of this, but I'm getting ready to put concrete down, so you won't be able to see the pipes anyway. But yeah, that just pushes them down below, and it makes it work out pretty well, I think anyway. So yeah, then we just take a foundation, we'll just take 1 meter here, and just run it across. Yep. Just like that. Okay, so now all that's left is to connect these pipes. I almost wanted to put valves on these, but I think it's a little too late now. Nah, it's fine. Connect these 4 pipes. Start draining that water. And I want to see if we're getting full max speed on these as well. Let's see, how we doing here? No water yet. We may have to put pumps on this. We'll give it a minute for that water to come flowing in. Okay, we're at max speed. Yep, we're at max flow rate right here. Here we go, look at that. Not a single pump is pushing this right now. Oh, look at all of those maxed out. So yeah, from this catwalk you can turn off all the valves. Or turn off the valves if you want. You know, just a kind of thing. But yeah, looks pretty good. So we've got this walkway here. You know what? I'm actually going to do a wall here. Like that. You know what? Actually, I'm alright with it to be like that, actually. But yeah, like I said, I've got these things here. I actually need to put this back. How did I do that again? Like this. So yeah, we've got these upside down inverted ramps to basically support our catwalk here, so that I didn't have to put a catwalk underneath the pipe. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. We've actually filled most of this space, and I'm pretty happy about that. However, I'll take some railing. Let's go right across here. Let's put this right here as well. It's fine. It's fine if it does that. And then we'll do limestone and black. Just to color these. There we go. Of course, same deal with this. Put there. And there. Foundation and bam. Okay, cool. Yeah, looks pretty good. And of course, we'll take our railing all the way across here. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So you can go down here and you can look through this window like an observation room style. Just to kind of clean that up, I think. There we go. Almost kind of want to do this one specifically. Let's do foundation then. poor meter. Needs to be like that. Did it lag or what? Just me being stupid. We'll do that one specifically. We'll just put like a little... I can't really put anything here, to be honest. I guess I can. I do have this. Of course, that might stick. Yeah, that'll stick through. And we'll just have to leave it. Hang on, it's just a little hidey cubby hole. Little cubby hole thing, but yeah. So this is pretty cool because we'll be able to see the the limestone going by as it goes, and then people just you know, they watch it, and if they see anything wrong, then they can quickly run up here and flip the switch and shut everything down, and then they can fix it. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyway. So yeah, we got our pipes going across here. As I said, I was going to do 2, 3, 3, and 2. So this pipe goes to here, goes to this machine, and then next pipe up goes to this one, splits with that one, this one, and this one. And then it continues on, and then this pipe splits here, here, and with that machine as well. And then we've got the 2 on the end. So everything is hooked up to water and limestone. So theoretically, the only thing that is left is to hook up power, and then we'll actually have the factory working as well. So that's pretty cool. And out here, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something special out here. Pull this. Because in the factory, some of the factory stuff that I was looking at, because sorry, pull my mic there. I kind of wanted it to mimic real life a little bit. One of the factories I was looking at has this. So the factory from the building to the outside goes to the small yard, and then it has directly connected, has these little tiny tanks, and I think we can actually kind of build those. They won't have a peaked roof or anything, it'll just be flat. But yeah, using the rounded foundation, we can build those, and then there's this little stand structure. So then the concrete comes out to these little tiny tanks, which are lined up along the wall, and of course then the trucks like back in underneath it, and then that fills the concrete trucks. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about out here to build. I think that'd be pretty darn cool. But unfortunately, we have ran out of time for this episode. We've actually went way over time, but we've went over time. But yeah, we'll get that fixed next time. Get this finished hopefully next time. We'll have this factory done, and then we can work on the next factory. But yeah, this one I'm pretty happy with. It's shaping up quite a bit, and it's looking pretty good. We just put the finishing touches on it and whatnot. So. But anyway, as I said, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So next time we'll finish getting this set up. We'll get the roof put on it and all that. Obviously, no lighting. We don't want to do too crazy with the lighting. Lag out the game, but things are looking pretty good. But anyway, as I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.